Hey guys, just back with another video. Like I promised in my previous one, I'll be going over the different power-ups and widgets that Wealthica can offer. In terms of like the premium ones, I am currently not paying for any of them or on any of the premium plans. Um, Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see what they're like, the Google Sheets export, the Wealthica Premium, and Wealth Scope, and all those different power-ups. I can certainly uh, try them out and then make a video on them and let you guys know what they're like, and then you guys can kind of judge if they're worth it or not. But yeah, there's a bunch of these. Some of them I do not have installed, so like if you go to them, if you want a widget or power up, you're gonna have to install it, and then it connects to your dashboard. But for some of them, I'm currently not using, or I don't have like a bank synced, right? Like I mentioned earlier, where these are I'm only tracking my investments in here, so some of them may not be as necessary for me, like the balance sheet report, because I'm not really tracking my cash balances thoroughly with just the investment portfolios, and then same with crypto. I'm not using Wealthica currently to track them, but maybe in the future I will. And then as well as like the budget wizard. Like again, I don't have my bank account tracked synced in with Wealthica. But yeah, so here I'll be going over them right here in the dashboard and under power ups. So as you can see here, I only have these ones installed, and some of them might not have too much info on them, like the documents and balance sheet. But I'll go over them anyway. So in the documents, like I said, there's not really any documents. Theoretically, they should be pulling tax slips from your institutions, but I haven't used Wealthica that long, so I have yet to see them do this. I guess we'll see in the future. The balance sheet, same thing. Pretty straightforward. It'll tell you some pretty cool metrics like your net worth, the different financial institutions, your real estate properties, the like alternative investments. I don't know, Pokemon cards or something like that. Other assets and liabilities. There's compare mode. You can compare your net worth to a different day or a different year, whatever you want to do. Like I said, I currently don't have too much synced on here besides the two investment portfolios, so that's probably why the balance sheet's not showing too much info. But it could totally be something really valuable if you were to track everything on here. Next, you got income. Same thing. I don't really have my bank statement or my bank account linked, which is why you won't see too much income. But I did receive dividends and I guess like distributions from stocks. Like as you can see below, it's not that much money. I think maybe like a couple bucks, maybe 20 total. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It tells you the type of income you're receiving kind of every month, and kind of distributions and stuff. It breaks it down and give you like really cool pie charts and things. So yeah, it's very visually appealing, and then you can show expenses as well, change the date, and all that fun stuff, which is great. And then the next power up, I guess, would be the fees. This one's really cool too. It goes over all the different kinds of fees that you have paid. So for me, there's a bunch of transaction fees. Questrade isn't free to make trades, so when I do trade on there, I eat up a lot of these. Foreign tax withholdings, referral credits, just a bunch of these different types of fees, and then it will show all here what types of fees you're paying, and then again you can change the date. So that's also a really cool report to kind of see how much you're kind of losing in fees every year. And then realized gains. This one's really beneficial too. You can actually download a CSV file of all the profits you took. But yeah, I'll go over all the companies you kind of sold, and then if you sold at a loss or you sold for a gain to like for profit, and then how much money and your initial position. Wealthica does everything for you. As long as you sync your institutions, it'll tell you your book value and how much you sold everything for. And then in terms of performance, this is one of my favorite ones. I think it's really important as an investor to hold yourself accountable, not just to invest blindly, benchmark yourself. And yeah, I've been doing that. I was doing really well, I guess, in February of this year, but just recently there was a giant tech sell-off, or I guess like broader market sell-off. And yeah, since I'm pretty risky in the way I invest. It's a lot of tech and it's all equities pretty much. I did take a big hit, so as you can see, right now I am underperforming the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq. But yeah, time will tell how this goes. I think in the long term, I'll definitely do a lot better than this. But again, this is really good to benchmark against, and then it kind of tells you your cost trade and your Wealthsimple trade, and I guess any other brokerages you would want to add to this. And yeah, it's just a really good way to benchmark. In terms of Wealthica History, this one's just pretty much net worth. It's the same as the dashboard setting where you can see the giant graph of your total like money. So it's, I don't know, not as useful as the other ones I think, but still pretty cool to see. You can kind of change the time and stuff. Risk profile. This one is pretty good too. It tells you basically how much you're holding your investments in your portfolio allocation. For me, like I mentioned in my previous video, I'm pretty young, so I am pretty aggressive and risky. So this is pretty accurate. This might not be. I'm like 99% equities and 1% bonds or cash. So, like it says here, you need rebalancing, but I don't know. I don't buy that. To each their own. However you want it, however you want to manage your portfolio is up to you. So, just kind of go with that. But yeah, it's kind of cool. You can change your portfolio, and then it'll tell you how much you need to rebalance and everything. It's kind of similar to passive. If that's another power up here, like if you go to all power ups, passive does the same thing, but this is like another platform that is only using Quest Trade. Like you can't have Wealthsimple Trade on here, as of right now at least. So this is I guess like a good alternative where it tells you everything all together. Next up, we have profit and loss. This one's probably my favorite power up because it's just so like in depth. It tells you everything, and then you can really see how you're performing in all these different metrics. So the first one is the profit and loss charts. This one's pretty straightforward, just your deposits and how much portfolio is worth. So at least for me, it's positive. I'm not down bad, I'm not negative. Again, you can change it at the bottom here, the date. This is the profit and loss change over like time periods. So the past week doing pretty good, but the past 6 months I've been in the red. Overall, like over here you can see I'm in the green, but yeah, it kind of tells you through different time periods. Profit and loss ratio. This is how much your return is, if I'm not mistaken. So this is how much your return on investment is so far, and then this is the value timeline. So just a bunch of cool things to explore here. Holdings analyzer. This one's really cool too. So you can see I have a lot of shares in TTCF and Upwork. It breaks it down in a lot of like cool different charts, different graphs for you. So in a pie chart, it's really nice, really visually appealing, and you can see what kind of stocks and what kind of allocation your portfolio's in. For here, it's the USD CAD composition. Sorry, this thing's in the way. This one's pretty cool too. I am Canadian, so I do have some Canadian stocks, but majority of my investments are in the US. But it's still nice to see that a good chunk of my investments are still in Canada. You can group by account type, institution, account, just all these different kind of ways to view what your holdings are. And then there's a table of all the different holdings that you have. Next, there's the gainers and losers. So basically your best performing assets, your best performing stocks. And then this is by percentage. You can filter by how the money value, exactly how much. And then yeah, your top losers. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Again, really great tool. Realized profit and loss. So this is how much you liquidated for your gains or losses. So I did liquidate a loss. I liquidated a bit here as for a loss, but overall been taking my profits. And then yeah, all my investments are pretty much in my TFSA. I only have like $1,000 in my RRSP. And then if you go down here, you can look at all the history and your income and expenses as well. and then again filter by institutions, accounts, and all that stuff. This here is pretty cool too. It gives you all the news that they're pulling from like multiple resources online or sources online for all the things you own. So like for Alibaba, today is the 19th, so they pulled that some news where it's like the BNK Invest wrote an article or something about notable ETF inflow detected. I didn't read the article, so I don't know. But I don't know. Like on the 14th, you can see the Multifool wrote an article about. I'm guessing Baba's mentioned in here, so all these different kind of like news articles, which is really cool. And then it also filters by bullish or bearish, so you can kind of filter it that way. And then if you go to events, this is also a really cool thing to have. It basically tells you the dividend date, the dividend payment dates, and the ex-dividend dates for you, and then also earning calls and when they are. I think this is great because some stocks like TTCF, the earnings dates don't really show up on Yahoo Finance. Like you can't really see them on there. So having them on Wealthica and this calendar is really cool, and I think really a good tool to have. And then you can look out in the future as well to see what kind of stocks that are having earnings calls and things. And then latest changes is not really important, but just the person that made this widget, they have a lot of different, I guess, like changes and updates that they made. Okay, and moving on, budgeting. Again, I don't really use this one, but if you sync a bank account, you can budget, you can track your income, your spendings, your savings. It's really cool. I think I might start using it in the future if I do sync my bank account, but yeah, it's really good for tracking all your stuff, and then you can once you put stuff in here, you can start looking at it on your balance sheet and everything else too. And then financial news, it's kind of similar to the profit and loss one with the news. It's taking a second to load, but yeah, it tells you all the different stuff. This is not, I don't think this one's exclusive to the stocks you own, so it's just like broader general news with different things, and then configure, I guess you can filter out what things you want to see, what things you don't want to see. And then paper growth, this one's kind of like Wealthica. It just balances your portfolio. I'm not going to really go through it. And then Yahoo Finance, this one's really cool. If you want to also track your portfolio on Yahoo Finance, Wealthica makes it really simple. So all you got to do is just to get started, all your different positions, you just export CSV, and then you go on Yahoo Finance, you go on my portfolio, you sign in, and then just import it, and then it does everything for you. It's like awesome. And yeah, those are pretty much, that was a quick run through of all the different power-ups, I guess, widgets that Wealthica has. In terms of like the paid ones, again, in a future video, I think I can certainly do one about these. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want one. And yeah, I think that's pretty intuitive, pretty easy to understand. These are really good. Again, the profit and loss timeline tracker is a really good tool. I think this one's my favorite, and really helps you be able to track your portfolio. If you guys have any questions or guess concerns or anything, let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them as always. And thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one. Peace.